making out any big deal.
When we finally arrived at the hospital, we found Marcus, my dad's private security and right-hand man, waiting for us by the secret entrance they used for high-profile patients.
His Majesty is fine. He woke up just before I came in.
Oh, thank God. We took the elevator to my father's private suite where I found Nicholas pacing in the hall.
He kicked me out, said I was hovering too much.
Typical.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Ray.
It's good to see you too. Hi, Adeline.
Hi.
Adeline was Nicholas's girlfriend. She was a flight attendant and met during one of his travels. Their relationship was on the media for a while, a prince dating a commoner, but they keep their relationship undercover most of the time.
He's waiting for you inside. Just don't hover, or he'll kick you out too.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll wait here.
James usually insists on following me everywhere, but he understands I need time alone with my father. Daddy? I used to call him Daddy as a kid and never grew out of it, but now I only call him that in private because it's too informal for the king.
Raya, you didn't have to fly all the way down here. I'm fine.
I'll believe it when the doctors tells me so.
I'm the king. What I say goes.
Not for medical matters. Me and my father talk the rest of the time. I filled him in about my time in New York, and he refused to tell me why or how he collapsed, but Nicholas filled me in. He has a condition that doesn't have a cure. He would have to seriously cut back on work if he wants to avoid another serious incident. But that's going to be difficult knowing my father's a workaholic. The hospital decides to keep him for 3 more days, even though they insisted a week, but he refused. After we returned home, me and Nicholas tried to get our father to cut back on his work, but he kept putting it off, and 3 weeks later he still hasn't listened. He's being stubborn. He could at least cut back on his late-night calls.
He's more stubborn than you are.
Are you calling me stubborn? That's Rich, if I recall correctly. You're the one who went on a 3-day hunger strike because father wouldn't let you skydive with your friends.
Well, it worked, didn't it? Besides, that's nothing compared to your instance on living in America. Is our home country really that abhorrent?
You know that's not why.
Raya, I can count the number of times you've been home on one hand. I don't see another explanation.
You know I miss you and father, but every time I'm home I just feel overwhelmed. All eyes are on me and the tabloid drive me crazy. But in the US, no one cares what I do. I feel free.
I know it's a lot.
Nicholas stared at me with a strange expression. I could have sworn it was guilt, but what would he be guilty about?
Raya,
Yeah?
you're gonna hate me for this.
Just tell me.
Before I do, I want you to know I didn't plan for this to happen. I never expected to meet Adeline and fall in love with her.
What does Adeline have to do with this?
I wanted to tell you earlier, but then father got hospitalized and Ray, I asked Adeline to marry me and she said yes.
Nick, that's amazing. Congratulations. Did you tell father yet? Was he upset? I know he wasn't happy when you started dating because, wait, you can't marry Adeline. She's not of noble blood.
No, she's not.
What are you saying?
Ray, I'm abdicating.
No, you're not. You're going to be king. You've been training for it all your life. You can't just throw that all away.
Raya.
Don't. Everything around me blurred. I can't be queen. I can't. Nick, how could you?
I want to do this. I know how big a deal this is. I've been agonizing over it for months, trying to find loopholes and reasons to walk away from her. I know the Parliament would never overturn this. I can't walk away from her. I love her.
Out of all the reasons Nicholas could have chosen for abdicating, he'd picked one I couldn't fault him for. I'd never been in love, Bun. I've dreamt of it. To find that grand, sweeping love, the kind worth giving up a kingdom for. When?
We'll wait until the furors die down over father's hospitalization, about a month or 2. We'll keep the engagement a secret until then, and Ellen's already working on a press statement and plan, and...
Wait, Ellen already knows?
I had to...
Who else knows? Who else did you tell before you told me?
Just Elin, father, and Marcus. I had to tell them. Elin and Marcus have to get out in front of this, politically and press-wise. They need time.
They need time? I need time, Nick. I need the 2.5 decades you've already had preparing you for the throne. I need not to feel like an afterthought in a decision that'll change my entire life. I need to get out of here. Otherwise, I might do something I'd regret, like punch my brother in the face. I urged my horse into a canter, then a full-on gallop. Breathe. Just breathe.
Raya, wait.
I ignored Nicholas's shout and spurred the horse faster until the trees whizzed by in a blur. Raya, I'm abdicating. His words echoed in my head, taunting me. When did Nicholas propose? How long had everyone known? Was his planned abdication part of the reason for Father's collapse? I was so consumed by my inner turmoil that I didn't notice the huge tree speeding towards me until it was too late. Pain exploded on my forehead. I fell off my horse and landed on the ground with a thud, and the last thing I remembered seeing was the storm clouds roll in overhead before darkness swallowed me whole.